I would probably try and get an accent light on this guy here. The only thing with this one is you're going to bring it a little bit further back than you do for, say, a deciduous tree like this, because if you get it too close, the bottom branches suck up all the light and you just end up with a big hot spot. Whereas that one, if you kind of had it back here and shining upright but at the tree, the other cool thing about that too is you will create a little bit of shadow on the back brick stone here, which is always a nice feature to have. So I would probably try and highlight that. Hey guys, it's Cal from The Lighting Doctor here. I hope you guys enjoy this short video with a couple great landscape lighting tips. But if you need more info, go and check out our website at lightingdoctor.ca or go to YouTube and search for Lighting Doctor for more helpful tips. Hey, Brian, thanks for your email. Thanks for your pictures. Yeah, I'd love to give you an idea for some lighting that you could do. Great house. I mean, there's so many, this house was built for landscape lighting, basically. So just to give you a simple plan for that, I mean, this is really kind of what I'm going for. I mean, anytime you have the nice brickwork like that, I definitely want to feature that as much as possible. We'll throw some trees in there, but this is really what I want your house to look like. So the way we do that is really simple, especially a house of your size and everything. Just some simple accent lights like this are great. And the most cost-effective way of doing it. I don't think you need a ton of path lights. I'll talk to you about where you could add some path lights, a couple different versions. We have some modern versions that are really popular. Obviously, they're a lot pricier, but you typically can spread these out a little bit more. And if you're looking for that look, it's great. But these, I think, will work really good for your application. And what I would do is with that accent light, I'm really going to try and highlight the brickwork here by having those set not too far back from the house. You're probably only about 12 to 18 inches back, and having them shine more upright than at the house because you don't want to create any big hot spots. And you just have them on both sides of the shutters here. They're going to do a really nice job of highlighting this. You're going to get a little bit of reflective light back into here as well. I would do the same on this side of the shutters, and I would do the same on this side of the shutters. So really 6 of those lights. And then what I would do on top of that, I would also try and get one probably on like this front pillar area. I mean, in a perfect world, I'd love to see both of these pillars kind of lit up and light up this whole archway, but it looks like you have concrete here, and that's probably not going to be an option. But I think that's okay, because if you had one in the middle here, the reason I like that is because you're still going to get that light that's going to hit the top and kind of light this way. You've got that pillar lit, and because you have this nice rock here, you're going to kind of get some reflective light that's really going to make it stand out. To fill a bit of a dark hole that you're going to have is back in this area. I would try and use a wash light like this, very similar to an accent light, but a lot softer, subtler light, good for dark areas that you don't need a lot of light, but you don't want to have all this lit and then have this big dark spot back here. So just having that wash light, the same thing, you know, fairly close to the house, lit up, it's going to create some light back in this area. So really that's all you're looking for at the front is about 7 of those accent lights and a wash light. And then what I would do, just to extend the viewing angle of the whole property, I would probably try and get one of those accent lights on a smaller tree like this. Again, fairly close, so that you're lighting up the trunk as well as the foliage. I would go along the side of the house, and I had some other good pictures. Yeah, so if you did that, and I'll talk to you about some other things in a sec too, I would probably try and get an accent light on this guy here. The only thing with this one is you're going to bring it a little bit further back than you do for, say, a deciduous tree like this, because if you get it too close, the bottom branches suck up all the light and you just end up with a big hot spot. Whereas that one, if you kind of had it back here and shining upright but at the tree, the other cool thing about that too is you will create a little bit of shadow on the back brick stone here, which is always a nice feature to have. So I would probably try and highlight that. I would try and get, I think, an accent light back in these rocks. Now, it's a lot of extra wire burying for just one light, but I think it is one that you want to stand out. I would probably have that kind of right in here again, fairly close, and highlight that guy. And then if I move along to the side here, this, again, another really good candidate for having an accent light just in the front here that highlights this. And then because you have this highlight, the other thing I would do is just this little section that kind of pops out a little bit. I would probably try and get a light just at the base of that highlights it. Now, if you don't have bed here, that's fine. You don't want to put an uplight in the grass area that you're going to have to weed trim around and stuff. But if you just grab an in-ground light like this with the same bright intensity bulb that you have in here, which is about what they call a 20-watt halogen equivalent. Really what it is, it's a 4-watt LED lamp that you have in there that just highlights this area. I think that would look really good, just because this area kind of stands out. You highlight that brickwork, and then it extends the viewing angle, so it doesn't just look good from the front of the house, but it gives you a little bit more to look at from this side over here. And then the last thing I'll mention is what you may want to do and what some guys do, and I'm just trying to remember if I kind of did that in this example here. A little bit, but not so much, because you can see how, really just highlighting the brickwork does a good job. But what a lot of people tend to want to do, and what might work really good in your situation because you have the lighter colored stone, is if you want to add some pathway lights into there, you could definitely do that, but use them very sparingly. I'm never a big fan of putting a lot of path lights in an area like this because, I mean, obviously this is marked. I'm assuming you guys get snow and they're just more prone to getting knocked over and banged up. But what you could do is, say you have your accent light here and you want to throw a little bit of light on the pathway and some of the stone features, you might throw a path light up in this area. You might throw one here, kind of right about here. Then you have your accent light that highlights the house, and then you have a path light in there. Again, accent light, accent light, path light, and maybe another path light in front of the stone. And the reason for that is just because all you're doing now is you're creating a balance of some uplighting and then also some lower level downlighting, which can be a really nice feature to have. The nice thing is, if you are accenting the house, excuse me, you can use a lot fewer path lights, which is a little bit nicer on the pocketbook. And then, same thing on an area like this. You have these two areas uplit. You might throw a path light on this corner just to light this, one in the middle, and then one on the side, but that's it. So I wouldn't put more than 6 to 8 path lights, absolute max, on this area, but I don't even think you need that many. I think just use them very sparingly in between where you have the accent lights, and I think you would have a really nice design. So in summary, accenting the house with across the front of the house, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 accent lights. One in the middle here is 7. You have a wash light back here, and then you have an accent light on this guy. You've got the tree kind of over in the front. You have your in-ground light here, and then you have your your accent light here. You have an accent light on this guy, and you have an accent light on this guy. And then depending on, call it 1, 2 path lights in there, maybe 2 in this area, and then maybe like 2 to 3 over here, tops. So you can kind of play around on our website. You can just go and add those to your cart. Any system like that, you can easily fit on this size transformer. You won't have any voltage drop issues. Comes with a 150 watt transformer, 250 feet of cable, which is more than enough for that front section. It would have the wireproof water connectors, the Wi-Fi timer for the outlet, for the transformer, so that you can program it and schedule it however you want, but you also have the ability to turn it on and off with Wi-Fi. But with that being said, if you want help customizing a kit based on those suggestions, let me know what you liked, let me know what you didn't, and I'd be more than happy to put something together for you and send that to you. And thanks again, Brian.
Hey guys, it's Cal from The Lighting Doctor here. We're going to show you how to light up your landscape from anywhere in the world using the WiON Wi-Fi smart plug. So this is a great device, and you can literally use almost any smart plug. The reason that we choose this one is that this is a smart plug that's actually designed to go outside, and we've tested it. We're from Calgary, Alberta, Canada, where we get temperatures that are minus 30, minus 40 degrees Celsius in the wintertime, which is extremely, extremely cold. And I know this guy still works. And there's literally hundreds of smart plugs on the market that you can use the same way that you can use this one. But we use this one because it's tried and it's tested, and I know that it works even in extreme, extreme conditions. But that being said, you can go, if you have a smart home system and they make an outdoor Wi-Fi smart plug, you can probably use that the exact same way with your existing transformer. But how we go and use this with this transformer is, all we do is, instead of plugging our transformers directly into the outlets, we just plug them into our WiON Wi-Fi plug, and then we plug this into the wall. And then now with the WiON app, we can go and set all kinds of different programmer timing functions, turn our lights on from anywhere in the world, and do so many other cool things with it. It's also compatible with Amazon Alexa, which is also a really cool feature. and why we like using this. It's so much more high tech than a lot of the old analog timers that are on the market that will typically work with a transformer like this. But if you want to go and operate your lights from anywhere in the world, we highly recommend the WiON Wi-Fi smart plug. But if you're looking for more advice on how to go and use this and how to design and install your own landscape lighting system, then go to lightingdoctor.ca and access our free consultation where you can actually send us pictures of your property, and we're going to walk through some of the best ideas, the best lights to use, and the best way to plan out your landscape lighting project. So go and access that at lightingdoctor.ca, and I look forward to all your comments and questions. So thanks for watching. Hey guys, I really hope you enjoyed that video presentation with some great tips and tools on how to go and properly and effectively light up your landscape. And be sure, if you want your own free consultation video, just send me an email at cal@lightingdoctor.ca with a few pictures of your property, and we'll get back to you with some really cool ideas and ways to go and effectively light your property. And be sure to watch the videos after this one for more tips on how to install landscape lighting, as well as how to light up your landscape the best way possible.